Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for coming to join me for a makeup book review. Now I have such a gem to share with you today, and this is a book I would say is perfect for any makeup junkie or any makeup book collector. It's also great if you want to beef up your coffee table as a fantastic coffee table book, but even more so, I think this will make a great gift for any of your girlfriends or anyone who's into visual arts or into makeup. Just overall, I think this is a book that fits a lot of categories, and it's just a beautiful book. What else can I say? So let's talk about exactly what this is. This is the Make Up Your Mind and Express Yourself makeup book by Francois NARS. If you're not too familiar with Francois NARS, if you're not a beauty junkie or sort of a fashion-oriented person, he is the creator and founder of NARS Cosmetics. Right here, this is one of the blushers from his brand. Gorgeous, gorgeous color, by the way. Love this color. Alright, NARS is also obviously a makeup artist. He, started doing makeup as a makeup artist, then came the makeup line, then came the books. And I was so thrilled when I heard that NARS was putting out makeup books, because I always felt that NARS, the way that he does his looks, are very special, because he's not fenced in to do one particular type of looks. I know many makeup artists are, say, popular for their smoky eyes, or they're popular for their glamour looks, or they're popular for a certain type of look. But NARS is very free. He reminds me almost like a phoenix. He's very into being able to transform people for editorial looks. He works a lot right now in editorial fashion magazines, and also sometimes for makeup shows as well. So I think there's a lot of creative juice inside of him, and it's great to be able to see that and be able to share a little bit of that through a book. So this book is $33 Canadian, is 273 pages, although it feels a lot more than 273 pages. I was roughly guessing maybe 350 or 400, but it's only 273. And this is a hardcover book, very well made, very sturdy, and very sleek and modern and sophisticated, I would say. This book is also spiral bound, which means that it opens up completely flat, and you don't have to sort of break in the back spine if it's bound at the spine, which gets a little bit complicated when you're trying to look at big, beautiful pictures. Now, this book, I would say, is very different from many of the other makeup books out on the market right now. For example, the very popular Kevin Aucoin books, the very popular Bobbi Brown makeup series. Also, I have on my bookshelf a couple by Ray Morris, which are great as well, and also Scott Barnes. Now, these books are much more instructional books. They teach you step by step, more or less, exactly the placement of each color, special makeup techniques on how to achieve a particular look. With NARS's books, I feel like this is much more of a documentation or a collection of makeup makeovers or makeup inspirations. It's very brief. Each look is very brief, and it's just clear and almost like a sort of a collection or documentation of looks rather than a step-by-step teaching guide, let's say it that way. So let's make it easy and just open up and show you exactly what I mean. Each look is arranged like so. You will have a very clear before photograph of the model, and the models range from, in their late teens all the way to their 50s, possibly even 60s, I'm guessing. Then you have a pamphlet right here, and if you flip the pamphlet open, you will see the finished makeup look. And what I love about this book in particular, just straight off the bat, is the way that the book is very clear and precise and standardized. The model's before shot is done in very well sort of illuminated lighting. The background is neutral. The model's facial expression and such is also neutral, and the angle from which the photograph is taken is standardized in the before and after shot. So really, this is not about gimmicks. This is not about a glamour shot. This is really about studying the person's facial features, their eye color, hair color, everything, and just studying how to put the colors and the placement of the makeup on a particular individual with the features that they already have. So you may be wondering about that weird little pamphlet that separates the before and after photos. Well, if you have a closer look right here, the pamphlet actually has all the instructions as to what particular colors are being used, and there are some brief diagrams about the placement of, say, the blush or the eyeshadow or contouring, things like that. And not only does he say, use a pale white eyeshadow or use a dark brown, he will tell you exactly what color is being used. For example, for eyeshadow, he will say he used matte mushroom, or portobello, or he used Paris, or he used Pandora. So he will say both the type of color. If it's a taupe, he'll say taupe, but he'll also give you the equivalent of exactly what was being used on the model. So here it will say taupe, comma, Bali is the color that he used, or it will say for lips, bright red, comma, jungle red is the exact corresponding color in the NARS makeup line. Now obviously all the makeup being used in this book, I would assume, is NARS makeup, because NARS does have a very extensive and well-rounded makeup line with everything from foundations, mascara, gorgeous shadows, blushers, everything. So there's really no need to use other different makeup products if you already have your own makeup line. So that's something to throw out there. Now the book is separated into 3 different genre categories. The first one is called Play, which is more or less models in their late teens to 20s. Then we have Perfect, which is 30s-ish pushing into 40s, and then you have Polish, which is 40s, 50s, possibly into 60s. So very much a variety of different models from different age groups, different ethnicities, like I said, and even different sexes, because it's not very frequent that you will see a makeup book that features both male and some both female and some male models as well. Generally speaking, makeup books are geared towards women, but from a creative point of view, certainly makeup on men is kind of cool, I would say. So this is an example, the before shot right here. I'll flip open the pamphlet, and here is the after look on the model. Very editorial, reminds me of something, say Dolce & Gabbana perhaps, or just very sexy and fashion forward type of look. Maybe not for every single guy out there, but definitely if you're into sort of makeup, there is a couple of looks that might be suitable for you guys out there if you're watching. Also, I love that in the photographs there is minimal touch-up in terms of the skin, as far as I can tell. You can see everything from pores and lines and crow's feet, things like that. So this is a before shot, and the after shot over there. Very, very minimal. I will say, however, that NARS does tell you in the introduction pages that before each look, he preps the skin very well with skincare. So that might help a little bit. But also, I would say that the models, the majority of them, have very few extreme skin conditions. There aren't any models with severe acne, which can be very hard to cover up and work with. There aren't any models with hyperpigmentation per se, or a lot of sunspots, which are problems that I know women all over the world suffer from, I would say, and it's something that they would like to learn how to cover up and conceal. Something like pores or maybe a little bit of fine lines is easy to cover with a good primer and a good foundation. So it's a little bit disappointing that NARS didn't include those types of models for his looks. Now in these pages, not all of the models are models by profession. At the end of each chapter, he will give you a more detailed list of how the makeup is applied. Now again, this is very, very brief, but also you will find in here is the age of the model, along with where they are from, and also their profession. So some of his models are art historians, they're cake decorators, they're architects, they're ballet dancers, they're engineers. So they're not models by profession. I suppose, the reason he did this is to be able to show you that anyone could be made up gorgeously, and you don't have to be a model by profession to have your makeup done a particular way, or, it isn't just models in makeup books. So that's something really nice. I think that NARS paid a lot of attention to sort of highlight in his book. But I will say, however, that because all of the products in here are NARS products, it's a very expensive book, just because it will get you curious into particular colors. You see this gorgeous red in a particular page and you say, I want that red. You're gonna go and spend $30 maybe on NARS lipstick. So it is a bit of a dangerous book. On the other hand, I do like that if you really just love one of the looks in here, you can go out and buy the entire face and know that these are the absolute exact colors that are being used in the look that you have seen. Also, I would say that this is not a great book for those of you guys who aren't that well versed in makeup. If you're a beginner just getting into makeup, this is not a book to get you on the road or to teach you some techniques. I really wouldn't say this is a teach you techniques or instructional type of makeup book. It is great for makeup artists out there, for people who just love visual arts, and also for people who are relatively well versed in makeup. They have a good base, or they've been doing it themselves for quite a number of years, and they are able to understand the basic concept of the look and the placements without too much instructions. This is really a book, I would say, for those who want some creative spark in their day-to-day makeup life, if they want to be inspired, if they want to see what different color combinations or sort of textures or placements that you may not have thought of before, and maybe as soon as you look at the photograph you're like, that looks gorgeous, I want to try this. So this is very much of an inspirational book, I would say, more so than anything else. Lastly, I will say, however, that although all the pictures are standardized in terms of the angle of the model, the photographs, there aren't any closed eye shots, which can be a bit problematic if you're looking at the placement of eyeshadow. And again, this goes along with the lack of instructional detail. The open eye looks are great because they match the before photograph, but when you don't have any closed eye looks, it's very hard to tell the placement of the shadows, how far to take it into the crease, or how high up into the eyelid, or how it's hard to see just from an open-eyed after shot of each model. So that's a little something that I hoped he would have included, maybe in a smaller thumbnail or something that would have been very, very helpful. Overall, I will say this is a fantastic book for the value. $33 gets you just a stunning, stunning book. This is certainly something I recommend even if you are not doing makeup, you just want a beautiful coffee table book. This is something that a lot of people would enjoy, I feel, and it's just great, colorful, fun, and full of vibrancy. And not many books sort of fulfill all those categories for me, but certainly this is one of them. So that's my little quick brief on NARS Make Up Your Mind, Express Yourself. I will have scans of a couple of the pages to give you a better look and understanding of the layout and the type of looks that are included in this book. So please hop on over to my blog post to see that. I will put a link down in the information bar down below. Otherwise, if you have questions and comments, any sort of opinions, whether you love this book, you're hoping to get it, I am certainly going to go out and buy myself a copy of this book and perhaps get it for some friends for Christmas or holidays or something like that, because I think this book definitely deserves to be shared. So hope you guys enjoyed this review and found something helpful. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.